800-951-0592, Joe and Jason, Patriot Radio News Hour here on this Friday. By the way, we'll get to the special in just a minute, but I want to update you. Vanguard, they're one of our evil companies. They're on our evil company list. They of course are the largest 401k administrators in the United States, and every year they release the report on, hey, how are things going with these 401ks and balances? And of course, all of you know, since 2021, it hasn't been very good. And Vanguard reiterated this, but this is why, again, we have Joey come on every Monday. He doesn't make any money on your 401ks. He's not going to tell you to leave your 401ks, but he's willing to. It's a free service that he provides. He will help you make sure you put your 401k proper. Because, listen, I know. I used to work for companies that we had a 401k plan. You're lucky. Maybe if you're a corporate guy, right? You work at the corporate office. Maybe once a year, somebody would come in and do a little slideshow and hand you a little packet, and you had like 3 or 4 boxes you could pick from, right? I invested this or that, and and you just guessed. Nobody knew what they were doing. You need to have somebody looking out for you. I'm just telling you right now. At least, if nothing else, for a lot of people, that is your savings. That's all you have. Hey, I got my 401k. I got nothing else. Give Joey a call, and at least he can make sure you're not going to lose 20% of your money. I mean, it's idiotic. You don't have to do that. I just told you right now, here's why the market's rallying. He'll make sure you've got exposure to that stuff. That's what's going to be important. Call him up, 602-909-9048. Now, obviously, after all of that, I'm going to tell you, here's what Vanguard had to say, and it's not a pretty picture. Ever since the height of 401k balances in 2021, balances continue to fall. They're now saying the average balance, and this is such a tricky number, the average balance. So this is going to be the higher number because you've got all the golden parachute guys that max out their stuff, and they've got millions of dollars in there skewing the number. It's back down to 112,000. That's it. Now, that's the average. Now, it gets worse from there. According to Vanguard, they said that they combined the participants from 401ks, 403bs, as well as smaller universe plans, and all the plans that are offered out there. They said that the median age, now they like to do that, right? Now we're going to go to median. We don't want to go to average because it'll be, we want to make this look better. But it's still 43. 43 years old. And they said that average balances have been declining by over 20% since 2021. The numbers look even worse when you use the median balance. See? This is what I'm telling you. Now, they went median age because they didn't want you to know that, hey, the average age for the average 112,000 is probably in the 60s. That's how bad it is. But the median balance, Jason, you got any guess? The average balance is 112. What do you think the median? So the median is you take the guy that's got the most money in a 401k plan. Let's just say one guy's got $10 million. And one guy just started his plan last month. And he's got $300. So you take 10 million, 300, and the next highest, the next number 2, you meet in the middle. What do you think that balance is?
Man, I don't think it's a lot. How about 20,000?
Close. That's a really good guess. I would have figured you would have went higher. $27,000.
Yeah. There's so many people digging into their 401ks, right. And there's so many people that just barely put anything in to begin with, Joe. That's why I thought if you go right to the middle. $27,000. Yeah. Now, they don't want to tell you, hey, the average balance is 112. Not that 112 is any good, right? 27 grand. That's it. That's all. By the way, that's down. That's down from 35 grand. It's going to keep going down, Joe. It's going to keep going down because people are retiring with those bigger balances, and these the younger people can't get those balances up.
And think about this. This is what people still – listen, it's not like over the last 2 years people stopped putting money in. They're actually down way more than this. That's the funny part. Let's just say the guy at the 27,000, the median guy. Well, he may have put $3 or $4 grand in there over the last 2 years. And you're almost at 40,000. Now you're down to 27, but yet you put 3 or 4 more grand in there. I mean, it's actually worse than that. So again, do what you want. It's your money. Jason, I'm just trying to help you. I'm just telling you.
Help yourself. Help
yourself.
And don't put your money in 401ks. What is that doing for you, really? I mean, gold will outperform your 401k, and then that's just because inflation keeps gold going. That means what we're saying is 401ks doesn't even keep up with inflation. What's that 27,000 going to get you? Maybe 2 years in the old folks' home. It's not much of a retirement, Joe.
2 years. I don't know. That's one crappy old folks' home. I'll tell you that now.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm talking the lower end. I'm talking the lower end.
Yeah. No offense, but again, Joey's number one last time: 602-909-9048. Just shocking when you see the number, and it's so funny because they want the average balance, and then it's like, okay, well, let's go median balance, and all of a sudden, what? That's it? That's all that's in there? It really is disappointing. Yesterday, we ran the utility silver special, and obviously, I did a really poor job because we didn't sell a whole lot. Matter of fact, we sold way more 20s than we did, and we didn't even run 20s. But I did a bad job. Because we still have, I probably got a couple hundred rolls of quarters and a couple hundred rolls of dimes left. The quarters are at 220. The dimes are at 210. I'm going to do a better job of explaining to you why this is such a great deal. Please take advantage. Some deals are better than others, and this is one of the best. And I'll lay it out for you when we get back. (800-951-0592). Joe and Jason, Patriot Radio News Hour here on this Friday. We still have our utility silver, a.k.a. junk silver, however you want to call it, pre-1965. So think about this. This is how little purchasing power our money really has left. Through 1964, all our dimes, quarters, and half dollars were 90% silver. 90%. So every dollar face value, so 4 quarters, 10 dimes, had 0.715 ounces of silver in it. Remember back, I don't know if people even do this anymore, when you used to roll your change, and you get the dime rolls and the quarter rolls, and then you take it to the bank, right? I don't know that people even do that. Banks hate that stuff. They don't even want it. But the quarters, a $10 face value, you put 40 quarters in there. Be $10. That would have 7.15 ounces of silver in it. All the way up through 1964. And then what happened? Well, gosh, silver's way too expensive to put in there anymore. Right? It wasn't that silver did the silver change? No. the value of the currency that changes. Now look at they find the cheapest metal they can possibly come up with, and even then, it isn't cost effective. But at $220 for that roll of silver quarters and $110 for the dimes, right? The dimes is a $5 roll, so it's got half the amount of silver in it. At $220 a roll for the quarters and $110 a roll for the dimes, you're paying $30.76 an ounce. That would be your per ounce cost. So why is that such a great deal? Well, silver right now is $24.10. The cost, my cost for that silver is $6. And listen, this has gotten better. It's down to $6 over, which makes the cost $30.10. You're essentially paying less than $5 over my cost for a roll of quarters. A roll of quarters at $2.20, cost is $215.20. I mean, you're talking about buying it so close to cost. Now, obviously, right, I was able to buy it for a lot less than what I did if I had to go to the wholesaler. But this is how good of a deal this really is. The dime, same story. You are paying less than $2.50 over cost. That's why if you go and shop it around, go on the internet, you see, why is everybody else so much more? Well, that's why. 800-951-0592. It doesn't happen very often, but when you get an opportunity to buy items right next to what it actually cost, Jason, those are great opportunities, and they don't present themselves that often.
No, and the pre-64 silver is, I think, going to be a really great place to be, generally better than bullion silver or even silver eagles in the future, because all you have to do is look at the path of the silver dollars and the silver half dollars as the premiums above the silver cost go up on those, because even though we're not selling these as collectible coins, there's only so many of these out there. They're not minting pre-64 quarters. Those have a year on them. They were minted in that year, and the U.S. Mint won't forger some new coins just to make more of them and put them in circulation. There's no need for it. There's no way to make that work for the Treasury. So these coins, there's only so many of them. And I'll tell you right now, Joe, when we have one of those big silver spikes, which we will have somewhere in the next few years, maybe silver goes a little higher than it should go before it kind of comes back. That's when you get all these guys melting these coins down. They're demonetized, so they can be melted. And there's been a couple of melts on these coins, right, Joe? Why the silver dollars and the silver half dollars are a lot more scarce than they used to be.
Yeah, absolutely. And when we think about this as a win-win, premiums, the premium on dimes and quarters peaked at almost $11 over. So premiums are down only $6 over. That's a whole lot better. Like I said, you're almost buying these at cost. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. That is what it is, right? The cost is what the cost is. 800-951-0592. Take the time. Keep adding to your portfolios. Rolls of silver quarters at $220 a roll. Rolls of silver dimes at $110 a roll. And I think on a per ounce basis, it's like 70 cents over cost per ounce, 70 cents over cost. That's it. So it's a great opportunity to put these away. I did a horrible job on it yesterday, and I said to Jason, you know what, I've got to run this back, because obviously we didn't do the math yesterday and we should have. So that's on me. So we had a couple of hundred of those available when we started the day. And, again, what a great opportunity. Think about this. You're getting ready for 4th of July. Maybe you're getting ready to go on a vacation. Add some silver before you leave. We'll hold it for you even. If, hey, I'm not going to be out of town for a few weeks, don't worry. We'll keep it here safe and sound for you. When you get back, we'll get it shipped out to you. We'll be right back. Final segment of the week coming up. 800-951-0592. Joe and Jason wrapping up the week, the Silver Spectacular. By the way, those are also available on the website at allamericangold.com. Just hit the shopping cart button. If you're new, if you've never ordered, this is a great way to start because you're buying it really pretty much at cost, which is fantastic. It's a great opportunity. You can just call the number 800-951-0592 and just tell the girls, hey, I want the special. And they're going to ask, okay, you want dimes, quarters, both? You can mix and match, do whatever you like. We're not like other companies. We don't call our clients. We don't have a phone room, if you will. Now, the only time we call our clients is some of our clients will say, hey, can you call me when the check gets there? Or can you call me when you ship? By the way, we ship FedEx, just so everybody knows we ship FedEx. You get emailed your tracking number and all that stuff. We can call you. If some people don't, use the computer, we'll call you with a tracking number. But otherwise, we don't call you guys. We don't email. We really don't do a whole lot. If you want to hear from us, you need to call us 800-951-0592. The rolls of silver quarters at 220, the dimes at 210, and Jason, it's now Amazon's turn. So yesterday we talked about how the port workers were all striking. They're going back to work. They got more money. UPS, they were going to strike. All of a sudden, okay, we're going to give you more money and we'll put air conditioners in all the UPS trucks. Amazon workers, the drivers now are getting ready to strike. They want more money. Right? You hear the stories. The Amazon, we can't even pee and, blah, blah, blah. Jason, this whole inflation, this is how inflation gets entrenched, right? Because it went so long. Jay Powell and the Federal Reserve ignored it for so long. All of these things are happening. All of these workers are getting paid more. You guys have been to the fast food places. You see the signs. $17 to $21 an hour, right? To say, would you like fries with that? I mean, this thing is entrenched like no other. And, Jason, this just makes this whole problem that much worse, especially at a time we've got rising debts, 8% of dollar reserves, on 8% fall in dollar reserves of foreign nations. And, again, we've got a banking problem on top of it all. These are all the recipes. This is why everyone's telling you, listen, don't be fooled here. This is a lull in the action. The big action is still yet to come, Jason, and it's really not that difficult to see it.
No, I think there's, 80 nations either in the BRICS or wanting to be a part of the BRICS now. And I think I forget what percentage of the entire world population is becoming the majority want to be in the BRICS system. And I don't think the BRICS system is going to work either, but these are things that are going to cause a lot of heartburn to all economies across the world, Joe. There's just, the Ponzi scheme of the Federal Reserve note is not doing well. How long will it last? I mean, I don't know. I think there'll be dollars for a long time. I mean, look, there's still the pound sterling. That used to be the world reserve currency. People still spend that. Other countries still buy those, but it's just not what it used to be. England's not the economic superpower it once was, Joe, and that's the path that America's going down. It's going to be a rocky one.
800-951-0592. Jason and I were coming right back with the half-empty cup. God bless everybody. Have a great weekend.